Welcome back to Shum's Universe. So today, guys, about to drop some heat. It's one of my most important videos of the year, if not my most important video I've dropped this year so far. So let's get right to it. So guys, understand this. When you have a life path, the most important thing, I'm turning the AC off, I don't want any background noise. When you have your life path, there's secret codes that none of these numerologists want to tell you because it doesn't point you in the direction of morality, right? So it doesn't point you in the direction of, oh, I should be righteous because I'm an 8, or I should value others because I'm a 1. Like, it's none of this stuff that these guys are telling you. They're telling you how to have a good relation with karma. Sorry, I need the AC. It's a bit too hot today, guys. I'm in Canada, our weather is like bipolar, so sorry. But it's a very interesting conundrum when it comes to a life path number and what you need to do in order to actually win with your life path number. They're all, very, very different. So I'm going to go through numbers 1 to 33 today. Karmic debt numbers, not so much. That just gets included in the 1 through 9 portion. But it's all the same anyways, whether you're a 13, 31, 40, whatever. Like, it's all the same when it comes to how to win, right? So you pay very special attention to your life path number, guys, because the advice I'm giving you today, you do not need any readings. You do not need anything else if you actually just understand fully what I'm telling you and implement it in your life. So let's begin. Life path 1. In order to win as a life path 1, what every numerologist won't simply tell you, it's obvious, it's always on the forefront, be your own boss. If you're not your own boss as a life path 1, you will fail this reincarnation completely. If you're just a manager in a company, or you're working within a corporation, or you're just the like a very valued employee, it's not going to work out. Like, you actually need to be your own boss completely. You do not need to answer to anybody. You need to have your own life under control. You need to not have anybody above you when it comes to authority, whether it be within your family, a significant other, any sort of government. Like, you need to be that person that's extremely powerful and in complete authority over your own life and provision, right? So you have to be that person that's completely mobile and free. And the only way to do that is to actually make a lot of money. So life path 1s, even though it's a very raw truth, it's then the fact that you guys have to sort of get rich in this capitalistic society. You guys have to be the people that be your own boss and then get rich. It sounds very cold. It sounds like, oh, that's not about what my life path's fully about. Yeah, it is. If you want to be happy as a life path 1, if you want to actually feel fulfilled, whether you're a 10, 28, 19, 37, 46, whatever your life path is, you have to be your own boss and you need to get rich. It's as simple as that. Without those things, you're going to have a bunch of bad luck in your life, and I'll explain why. If the number 1 is going to be attributed to the sun in regular numerology, it means that you're the center of the universe. You're meant to actually be the center of other people's universe. You have that main character energy. So if you have that main character energy, you're meant to be the person that other people can rely on. You can only be that person that other people can rely on if you're your own boss and you're rich. Being a top employee, your income is limited. You have to have your own business of sorts. You have to innovate something, invent something, or create a corporation. And then in turn, you become your own boss. And then you provide a cushion to other people that actually rely on you. Simple as that. If you have any more questions about it, hit me up. Life path 2s. I know a lot of you guys don't believe in 2. I do. I'm sorry. Math still exists. If you're a life path 2, meaning like life path 20, it's very limited. You still operate very much like an 11. I won't lie, because the 0 next to it's God's number, so it amplifies it. You guys need to learn to follow your own tuition. Because the number 2 is always put to the back, like, oh, you're number 2, you're number 2, you're the sidekick, you're the co-main event, you're the second best. That's not true. You guys are the oak tree that bends but doesn't break. The 1 is very resilient, but as soon as they hit like a real like obstacle, they'll get knocked the F out. You guys will actually just endure and be like the water and then go through the bricks of that wall and go through the cracks. That's what makes you guys very effective. So as a number 2 person, you have to use your lunar energy, meaning your dreams, your imagination, your intuition, more than anything else, to actually foresee the future and then make the proper navigation around it so you actually become successful. That's the only way you're going to possibly win as a life path 2, is by following your own intuition and letting that govern what actually happens in your life. Next is life path 3. Life path 3, your network is your net worth. A lot of people won't tell you this. They'll say 3 is about creativity, the arts, etc. You guys have the ability to network and socialize with pretty much anybody from any walk of life whatsoever, represented by Jupiter, planet of expansion and growth. So your social network, I'm going to give you the opposite of what a lot of these guys are going to tell you. They'll say 3s have a bad reputation for being superficial, condescending, sarcastic, sometimes utilitarian, Machiavellian. You need to be all those things as a life path 3 to win. I'm giving you guys the dark truths of how to win with your life path. If you're a life path 3, then the way you're going to actually win is by expanding your network so it's useful to your career. So if you're an actor, or you're somebody who, an aspiring actor, an aspiring rapper, aspiring singer, aspiring architect, whatever it may be that you're into as a 3, you need to surround yourself with people that are doing that so that you can actually use them for when you need them as reference points, or to get a skill set off them, use them as mentors, or use them as being part of your team in the future. But no matter what, you have to essentially use people. And I know that sounds very raw and it's sort of cold and it doesn't sound morally correct, but as a 3, you have a very chameleon-like way of affiliating with new sets of people when it's advantageous to you. You might as well weaponize that because it's already in your nature, and then use it to your advantage. The more people you know, the more you can socialize, the more you can network, the more you can do that, is the more success you're going to have overall. It's really as simple as that. Number 4, life path 4, very, very important one. Number 4 is all about being the practical problem solver. A lot of people with number 4 energy always feel like they're the unorthodox person in their family, they're the black sheep, etc. Cool, that's not a problem. You shouldn't care about that at all. All you need to worry about to become very successful in your life is worry about where does your logical mind fit a puzzle piece, meaning what problem can you actually solve? Is it going to be within a company? Is it going to be within your community? Is it going to be within political reform? Is it going to be by being a teacher? You need to solve somebody's problem in order to get rich. 4s are the best problem solvers. Sometimes that puts you in a situation where you're a boss, a business owner, HR, an engineer, or mechanic. 4s are problem solving people. Your job will be solving somebody's problem. The more you can implement that in your life and say, I am simply a problem solver, solve your own issues first, of course. You're not here to help other people without helping yourself. It's all about you. You're the main character. But as a 4, you have to actually provide value to other people by solving some sort of issue. So you got to look at your economy, your community, the patterns that's happening around you and say, what are people unable to solve? Can I go to school to solve it? Do I already know how to solve it through my natural skill set? Do I have an inclination or interest in a topic that can potentially solve other people's matters? Being a lawyer fits that criteria. Being a teacher fits that criteria. Certain journalists fit that criteria by providing us insight into what's happening in these third world nations. All of these things matter, guys. So the more you can actually utilize that energy as being a problem solver, and you start fixating your mind on being the problem solver, you don't need to worry about money. You're going to get rich in no time. Life path 5. 5, you guys need to worry more about multifaceted income, but more so in one word, versatility. The more versatile you guys can become, if you guys get dissed a lot by saying, oh, you're not consistent, you're not practical, you guys have a lot of addiction to vices, believe it or not, if you guys can just become versatile and adaptable, even your vices and all that bad karmic stuff with the 14, all that stuff doesn't even matter. If you're somebody who knows how to trade stocks, you can day trade, you know how to do dividends, then you have like a social media platform and you're making money and garnering attention off that, you're rich. Who cares? You can do cocaine every day. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter at all. Even with your karmic debt 14, does not matter. Will it screw you in other ways in the future? Maybe. But like ultimately as a 5, you just need to be multifaceted. You should be looking at everything from a point of your power comes from having options. And this is going to get very evil. So this, for females, if you're a 5, you're already very attractive. Having very suitable males that want and are allured by you is going to give you power. Having multiple job options is going to give you power, whether you're a male or female. If you're a male, having multiple women that find you attractive is going to make you more powerful. It's going to give you more confidence. It's going to make you have more charisma and charm and manifest better situations. Options is your power, and then versatility, the ability to actually do multi-niche markets, is where you get rich. So you guys aren't meant to be the orthodox person that says, I went to school for engineering and now I'm a plane engineer and now I'm going to retire at 65 with my pension. That's not really you guys. That might be more so a 4 thing. For you guys, it's more about having multiple skill sets that you can then implement within your career and you get rich because you're getting paid from multiple dividends at a time. Having a portfolio of skills is going to make you very much unstoppable in life and impenetrable to any sort of outside circumstance, meaning you will never fail. If you have multiple incomes, multiple friends, multiple homes, think of everything that a regular person has, you need to have it in multiples. This is where it starts to sound evil, because I'd argue that number 5 people are very least likely to even bother with marriage or settling down. Not saying you guys can't, you guys definitely can, But is it that useful to you? It actually, believe it or not, takes away some of your power. Remember, I'm not doing this video as a moral compass video. I'm doing this video based on the power of each number. The 5 derives power from having options and from being versatile by being able to adapt to different situations. If you can understand that, you'll get rich and have an abundant life. If you don't want to accept that, follow a moral compass, you'll still have an okay life, but you won't hit your highest potential. Simple. Next is 6. 6. There is never a right time to do something. As a LifePath 6, so let me reiterate that. There is never a right time to do something. So you guys with 6, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 666. We all get that, right? Understanding that you have a very special affinity with time, you then have to translate that to your power. How do you utilize your time each day? As a 6, it's most important that you guys structure your days to then achieve the most out of each day. If you can micromanage where each of your hours go once you're awake, once you're cognizant, you're going to be a lot more successful. The next thing is, though, that you guys are going to like have different peculiar interests, whether it be in music, whether it be in like tech, whether it be in teaching, whether it be in real estate, whether it be in legalities. The thing is that you guys have to understand that when you're going for your career prospect, whatever it may be, it's never going to feel like the right time for you. Because 6s like to get things done in like a particular time, but most 6s aren't even good with time management. So you got to do 2 things. First thing, master time management. As soon as you master time management, you're going to start manifesting a lot more and have wealth, and you're going to get attributed by the universe so much abundance that you can't believe just by managing your time, by waking up at a specific time every day, working at a specific time, eating at specific times. Structuring your day like that as a 6 is going to move mountains for you. Okay? The next thing you have to understand is that when you're going for a goal and an imperative, it's never going to feel like the right time. Oh, I want to lose weight, but I don't have enough money for a gym membership. Do jumping jacks at home so you can afford it. Do push-ups, run in the same spot. It's never going to feel like the right time to start something, but as soon as you get into it, you get that momentum, it's definitely going to feel like timing is just on your side. So as a 6, understand that to start something is going to be the hardest thing for you, but once you get that momentum, you're going to find that you start achieving things very, very quickly. You're Venetian, you're represented by Venus. You guys achieve things at a much higher rate than other people, especially when it comes to material success and material comforts. I can elaborate that if you guys need me to. Number 7, LifePath 7. You guys are meant to analyze and research, meaning 7s, the more you become an analysis sort of person, if you can actually attribute that with your career, like you're somebody who's like an architect or a stockbroker. I wouldn't even say a stockbroker, but a stock trader, very specifically. Somebody who's looking at a lot of derivatives, a lot of indicators. Somebody who is maybe a scientist or a surgeon or a doctor. Your whole idea, your whole position in this life is mastery. Is figuring out a subject matter that you can master, that you can analyze, that you can research all day, all night, and then become that subject. You guys are meant to be zealots as LifePath 7s. If you're not intertwined with whatever it is that you're doing, where it's like it literally is part of you, part of your identity, you're not doing it right. Best example of like a LifePath 7 that was doing that would be like Bruce Lee. When we think about Bruce Lee, we think about Kung Fu martial arts. He's a LifePath 7. Think about Steve Jobs. Think about Elon Musk. All these guys who are 7s, when you think about them, you think about their career and then their name. You're like, yeah, well, Elon Musk, well, PayPal, you know what I mean? He sends rockets to space. Like, that's immediately what you're thinking about. Steve Jobs, iPhone, what I'm on right now, what I'm recording this on, Apple. So you, as a 7, you have to, it's not really about the money for you guys. It's about a subject that you guys simply want to master. And then mastering that said subject then brings you a lot of riches. Because 7 was up there. When I looked at the top 100 billionaires, I think 7 was up there with the number 4 and the number 1 quite a bit. And that usually comes from the 7s that actually become obsessed over a singular topic. And this is where 7s usually get ridiculed or reprimanded or even disciplined on it. Like a lot of people will go to 7s and be like, oh, well, you're obsessed. You don't care about your own hygiene. You haven't showered in weeks. You're just here studying. It's not healthy. You need to learn balance. F balance completely. We're on YouTube, so I'd use a lot more vulgarity in these videos, but F balance. You don't need balance. What you need is an obsession over a singular subject. Once your 7 brain gets going on that subject, it'll make you billions. And you guys, it's going to be one of those subjects where you don't even care if you make money from it. It's just a matter of you getting good at it, whether that be gymnastics, whether that be martial arts, whether that be becoming a motorbike technician. It doesn't matter, anything. It's very similar to the 4 in a certain sense, but a bit different. 4 is a problem solver, whereas 7 is somebody who has to find something abstract and then figure it out for themselves. It's more of an inclusive thing. Next is 8. I know you guys, my 8 brothers and sisters, are wondering, so what's it for us, man? 8s, we always have the whole thing. You need to live righteous. You need to be on the right side of karma. The right side of karma is becoming the most powerful version of yourself. The dark truth of the life path 8 is that unless you become powerful, this world will destroy you completely. I was doing a transfer of funds earlier, and I was like left with my bank account not having much because I do crypto, all those things. And as soon as I didn't have funds in my account, I went to go gas up my car. This is today, before I made this video, and my battery just died, failed. The moment I didn't have money for 1 minute, meaning I was just waiting on a transfer in the next hour. Luckily, I had a good friend that helped me jumpstart my vehicle. I'm back on the road. Everything's completely fine. But what's funny is this is the way the universe works for us as 8s. Is it's merciless, it's ruthless, it's vindictive, and it always gets you at the worst times and stabs you right in your gut. As an 8, you need to be extremely ruthless when it comes to getting power. You need to focus on mental power, physical power, influential power, meaning how the influence you have on other people, your spoken word, what you say, how you say it. So make sure you're very verbose, and then make sure your financial power is the most. Make sure you always have money. Make sure you always have derivatives coming in. That's the only way to win as an 8, is if you always are in a powerful position. If you're not feeling powerful, you need to figure out places where you can become powerful, and that'll translate to other things. Give you an example. If you're just working like a mediocre job, maybe you're fresh out of high school, you're a life path 8, you're like, well, I'm not rich yet, Shem, I'm not doing any of that. Strengthen your mind, read a lot of books, work out every day religiously, and then work your job and be disciplined, show up on time and give it your all. As soon as you do that, you'll become more powerful each and every day. Anyways, it's going to compound to the point where you become extremely powerful. But 8s don't focus on that. 8s usually focus on either money or being righteous, because those are the 2 circles, money and then spirituality. When it's not about that, it's actually simply about power. The more power you can have over yourself, meaning your thoughts, your emotions, your physical self, your financial self, and the way you can influence your other people, you master those things and you're the most powerful version of yourself. You're the optimum of what the 8 can actually provide, and you'll become very rich and wealthy and abundant. It's as simple as that. Focus on power specifically, but focus on multifaceted power, not just money. Focus on your own willpower, focus on the physical. All of those things complement each other and then turn you into the most powerful person that your lineage has ever seen, if you actually want to do that. Life path 9. 9s are going to be very thrown off because you guys are hearing, I feel so bad because of the popular numerologists, not going to say their name right now. They're always dissing you guys. So you guys never really have an opportunity to say, like, what's my life actually like about? Like, what am I supposed to be here to do? You'll hear completion, you'll hear adaptability, you'll hear ideological, you'll hear humanitarian with 9s. What it's really about is detachment. As a 9, you guys care very deeply about the world. You guys care very deeply about your sense of self and your relation with other people, whether it be family, friends, your network. You need to learn to detach. The law of detachment, the universal law of detachment, will help you a lot. You'll find as a 9, whether you're a life path 9, even some of the people born 9th, 18, 27, they'll speak to this as well. They'll say the less they care about something is the more they achieve it or the better they are at it. You need to figure out what it is you want out of life, figure out a system to get it, and then detach from the end result completely. When you guys do that, you'll actually get to those conclusions faster. But the backwards part with your life path is that the 9 is all about endings, right? So it's hardest for you guys to complete tasks in comparison to every other number, and nobody ever brings this up. You have to detach from the end result and become obsessed with the process. The more you do that is the more you're going to adapt to what needs to be done, and then you'll provide overwhelming momentum that the universe has to just bend and literally just give you exactly what you want. It has to submit to you. But you have to turn your life into a systematic approach instead of like having an emotional need for this end result. Oh, I need that money, or I need that position at work, or I need to pass this test, or I need my parents' approval, or I need to have more friends. You need to detach from that and just do things that would actually complement you getting it. And the more you do that, the more success you're going to have overall. For my last 3, the last trine, 11, 22, 33. 11s, you guys are the bridge of life and death. Right? You guys are very intuitive, so the number 2 advice that I gave you guys can apply to a certain extent. But what you guys should care more about is your charisma and your charm. Those are the 2 things you have to care about. How charismatic are you and how charming are you? meaning you guys are actually high energy individuals. 11s are usually very social and able to just get along with people, or they have a high level of anxiety because they don't know how to translate their energy in the proper way yet. You got to figure out a way to translate your energy where you fit in, and then apply all of your charisma and charm and get things done. Like, think about Barack Obama, number 11, or an Aiden Ross, 11, or a Conor McGregor. All these guys that I've listed that are 11s are very much charismatic in their given niche or field that they're in, like a streamer, a fighter, a politician. The thing is that what made them reach the top of success as 11s is that they're the most charismatic person in the room. When they're there, everybody's like, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? When Obama was running for president, everybody's like, holy, these speeches are impeccable. He doesn't stutter, nothing, right? Same thing with Conor McGregor. Even when he was nothing poor, he already had that billionaire energy to him. Whether you like him or not, it's like you can't not talk about him in the UFC. He made a face of the UFC. He became the face of it. Aiden Ross, same thing. He acts dumb, he's funny, but that charisma attracts rappers and even politicians too. He's met Donald Trump, for goodness sakes, right? So that's the thing is, as an 11, you can attract high-level individuals even if you're poor, just simply with your energy alone. Once you exuberate that, once you put that out there, you're going to attract everything to you very easily. So instead of worrying about like psychic clairvoyance and wearing the right gems, all this stuff that they're telling you, what you actually need to focus on is, how charming am I? Do I know how to, not gonna lie to you, how to manipulate people, how to sell, how to persuade to people, and then do I have a lot of charisma? Can I change people's emotions? Because you guys are the governors over emotions. You guys are the god of emotions. You guys have that lunar energy with the number 2, the double sun energy of the number 1. You guys can push and pull and make people feel hot or cold, happy or sad. Focus on that ability. Number 22. 4 was all about being the problem solver. 22 is about leaving a legacy for yourself and for your family. 22 is considered one of the most powerful numbers in the numeroscope, and as a result, 22 is meant to actually leave behind a very deep legacy. The more you guys can focus on actually leaving behind a legacy that matters, is the greater success you're going to have overall. When you don't care about your legacy, when you don't care about having that provision over your life, nothing's going to feel worthwhile. And even if you have a good job, if there's no end vision, there's no real like catalyst to say, when I die, I'm leaving this behind, you're going to fail your life path ultimately. All that matters, whether it be good or something good or bad that you do, you got to leave behind some sort of message, whether it be tangible, like you built a school, or intangible, like you, or let's say you wrote a book that's tangible, or intangible, like you left behind an ideology for your children, or you were a business magnate that then turned your family lineage into some sort of tycoon, right? You got to do something that's going to actually have a very infinite effect even after you're dead. 33, you guys have to focus on your influence very specifically. If you're a 33, you should be focused on enlightenment, which is, of course, the idea of finding what your idea of God is, the prime creator is, and then figure out, who do you want to influence? What market? Is it people like me in the numerology space? Do you want to get into politics? Do you want to get into music? Do you want to get into some sort of revolution? Are you going to be some charitable organization runner? What is it that you're going to bring people's attention to? Because you guys are magnets for attention. All you got to figure out, because you're the number 3 energy, your network is your net worth for sure, but you guys draw that network in simply by having a very peculiar or just whatever interest you have, and you can magnetize people to you via that interest. Because once you guys speak on something, you have the charisma and the charm of the 11, the building ability of the 22, and then that 33 gives you the popularity, right? So you can become very worldly renowned, become a very well-known teacher of something once you actually have a discipline or an ideology or a topic or subject matter that you have a very deep connection to emotionally. The deeper your emotional connection to it is, the more strong and vigorous you'll speak on it, and then in turn you'll have more influence over the general audience you're trying to send that to. So that's how that works, guys. So those are the cheat codes of the life path. That's the dark truth behind each life path. I hope it wasn't too brutal for you guys. I'm not trying to tell you guys to do evil things with your life path, but I'm telling you guys what the bottom line of each life path is. It's the raw truth that you're not going to see on these websites, anything else, but that's actually how you win very directly. So I hope this video does help. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, just leave in the comments section. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla at you for today, guys. Peace.